Hansel and Gretel, a story told to children for generations. A cautionary tale of two lost siblings, a gingerbread house, and a wicked witch. We all know the story. But what if I told you that this beloved fairy tale is not a work of pure fantasy? What if it's a chilling echo of a forgotten, terrifying truth? Tonight, we journey back in time to uncover the grim reality that may have inspired Hansel and Gretel, a reality of desperation, starvation, and the unthinkable choices parents were forced to make. Our story begins not in a fairy tale kingdom, but in the heart of medieval Europe. The early 14th century was a time of unprecedented crisis. A period of climate change, now known as the Little Ice Age, brought relentless rain and cold, leading to catastrophic crop failures. This was the beginning of the Great Famine of 1315 to 1317, one of the most devastating periods in European history. Imagine a world where the rain never stops, where fields turn to mud, and the harvest rots before it can be gathered. Food became so scarce that the price of grain skyrocketed. People ate dogs, cats, and even resorted to digging up the dead for sustenance. The social order began to crumble under the immense strain of starvation. Chronicles from the time paint a horrifying picture. Reports of cannibalism, though likely sensationalized, reflect the sheer desperation that gripped the continent. But for many families, the most agonizing choice was not about what to eat, but who would get to eat it all. In the world of Hansel and Gretel, the parents' decision to abandon their children in the forest is an act of pure cruelty. But in the context of the Great Famine, it takes on a different, more tragic light. When there was simply no food left, what would a parent do? Historians confirm that child abandonment was a grim reality during times of famine. It was a desperate, last-ditch effort for survival. Parents, unable to watch their children starve to death, might lead them into the forest with the faint hope that they might be found by someone with more resources, or simply to not have to witness their final moments. This is the dark heart of the Hansel and Gretel story. Not a wicked stepmother, as later versions would introduce, but parents pushed to the absolute limit of human endurance. The original oral traditions of the story, and even the Grimm brothers' first edition, are far more direct about the parents' shared culpability. And what of the witch, the cannibalistic crone living in a house made of bread? While a house made of gingerbread is likely a fairy tale embellishment, the figure of the witch may also have its roots in historical reality. In times of immense hardship and social collapse, people often look for scapegoats. Isolated, elderly women were frequently accused of witchcraft, blamed for everything from crop failures to disease. The accusation of cannibalism, particularly of children, was a recurring and terrifying theme in these accusations. Could the witch in Hansel and Gretel be a folk memory of these accused women? Or perhaps a personification of the very real dangers that lurked in the wilderness during these desperate times? An isolated individual, also starving, who might resort to the unthinkable to survive. The line between victim and perpetrator becomes terrifyingly blurred. When we strip away the sugar coating, Hansel and Gretel is transformed from a simple children's story into a chilling testament to human history. It is a story forged in the crucible of famine, a reflection of a time when society was on the brink of collapse. The breadcrumbs left by Hansel were meant to lead them back home. But the story itself, passed down through generations, has left us a trail of crumbs leading back to a terrifying chapter of our own past. It reminds us that sometimes the most enduring fairy tales are the ones that are not fairy tales at all. They are survival stories, whispered warnings from a time when the world was a much darker place. This story survived because people passed it on. Our channel survives on that same principle, but through your comments. Please add your voice to the legacy of this story below, and subscribe so you can help us tell the next one.